I just wanted to take a couple of moments to illustrate the point that Mike and I were making in our 3 tips idea of how to get yourself out of the habit of playing solos that still sound like the scale. We talked about taking time to concentrate on playing a solo on just 2 strings. I'm going to concentrate in this solo on using only the 3rd and 4th strings at the 5th and 7th frets. 2 strings, 4 notes in total. If you are familiar with the pentatonic scales, you will know that pattern as being out of the minor pentatonic scale. If you're not familiar with those yet, don't worry about it. If you have a look at the course, you very soon will be, and still you can get an idea of how it's possible to solo on just 2 strings. Let's have a jam. So, we won't make any claims for that to be the greatest guitar solo ever played. There were times when I would have liked to be able to go up a little higher onto the higher strings, but it served its purpose. What I hope it did is that it showed you that you can play perfectly respectable solos and get a lot of different ideas just out of 4 notes on 2 adjacent strings. And it will force you to stop playing as if you must play the whole scale. The key things that made it possible to play a guitar solo on just those 2 strings with 4 notes was the use of lots of the 3 important lead guitar techniques, which are slides. On any of those strings, I can slide from 5 to 7. Then I had a lot of hammer-ons. Again, you can hammer on either of those from 5 to 7. I don't know if I used too many of these, but you have pull-offs as well, the reverse. Here I'm pulling off from 7 to 5 of the 3rd string and then coming to 7 of the 4th string. You could also pull off the 4th string from 7 to 5. And bends. And I concentrated my bends on the 3rd string, 7th fret. Bending up. Sometimes stopping the bend and coming down silently. Sometimes releasing the bend. Try and vary the different types of bends. So sometimes you stop the bend at the top, and sometimes you do let it release. All these ideas are adding variety to your sound, so that even though you know you're only playing 4 notes, it sounds to a listener like a lot is going on. Remember that hammer-ons and pull-offs are good for giving the impression or the illusion of speed. Because I can pick once and then very quickly play another note. Faster than I could pick those notes twice, I can hammer on and give the impression of speed. Similarly with pull-offs. One thing I did in the middle of that solo somewhere was I played a repeating lick, where I went from the 4th string where I hammered on 5th to 7th, and then immediately played, by having the 1st finger lying down over it already, the 5th fret of the 3rd string. Those 3 notes, which I then repeated over and over. That can sound effective and certainly can give the illusion of speed. Sometimes I also added to that the 7th fret of the 3rd string, which I pulled off back to the 5th string. So in that repeating lick, sometimes I would add that little variation in. Can you hear that? Let me do that more slowly. That, when it's played fast, can sound very effective, but still only using 2 strings, 2 notes. I think the only other thing that I can remember that I did at one point, which is quite fun, is to bend that 3rd string note up and then let it down with a sequence of picks as it's coming down, like this. That can be quite a fun one too. So it's astonishing how much variety you can get onto 2 strings, and it achieves our objective of forcing you not to just play the scale as a guitar solo. So stick on a jam track, in a blues in A or an A minor jam track, and see if you can try some of those ideas out.